Hi, I'm Norman Morse. I'm President and CEO of Open Scalable File Systems. You can think of us as a co-op, a user group, a user community. What we actually are technically is a California nonprofit corporation. Approximately 70% of the top 100 supercomputing sites use the Lustre file system. Because of some events that have occurred in the past, it became unclear what the future for Lustre was going to be. So those persons who are using the Lustre system, absolutely dependent on it, had to have an unequivocal path in the future to be sure that Lustre would be available and would be developed as required by the community. It's part of our mission to make sure that such a path exists. There are two kinds of people. People are using Lustre today and are completely dependent on it. There's also a community of potential users who are looking for a high-performance file system to serve their high-performance environment. And they need exactly the same reassurance that Lustre is going to be available, it's going to be developed in the future, and it's going to satisfy their requirements. So OpenSFS was created to guarantee that this path to the future would exist. Even though Lustre is open source code, that doesn't mean it's free. The support of Lustre requires resources both financially and by efforts from people within the community to support the file system itself. The bottom line here is we're like NPR. If you use Lustre, you're getting some benefit from it. We would like you to join us and help fund this. Help us with your people volunteering to perform functions and help with the development of Lustre. So we tried to grow on the models that have been presented by successful open source organizations in the past. We chose the Linux Foundation model, and so we have several levels of membership in Open Scalable File System. At the top level, our board members contribute $500,000 a year, and you can see that the original founders were Cray, DDN, Lawrence Livermore, Oak Ridge National Lab, and we're very pleased to announce that today Xyratex has joined and is now a promoter level member in Open Scalable File System. I'm sure people know that we've also appointed a community representative board member from the two lower levels of participation in Open Scalable File System. And Steve Sims from Indiana University represents that community for us. So at the adopter level, $50,000 a year, Indiana University, Wham Cloud, Sandia National Laboratory. Supporters, $5,000 a year. At the $5,000 level, we currently have RAID, SGI, and TerraScala, and we're pleased to have all these people. The peer organization, you'll hear from Hugo Falter in a minute. There is a sister or a peer organization in Europe that Hugo helps lead, and he'll give you some information about that. We also have a group of users who are in the process transitioning to Open Scalable File System membership from other organizations. We perform our functions through working groups, which are composed of and led by volunteers from within the community. At the moment, we have our technical working group that's led by John Carrier from Cray Research and Dave Dillo from Oak Ridge National Laboratory. We have a community development working group that's led by Pam Hamilton from Lawrence Livermore National Laboratory. We have a wide area file system working group that's led by Steve Sims from Indiana University. There is now discussion of a benchmarking working group, which we think will be formed fairly quickly. You can find out information about our organization, how you can join, how you can participate at www.opensfs.org. There have been some really exciting announcements. The new members that have come on board, Xyratex has been announced, and another one is in the process of issuing a news release. We have the development contract with Wham Cloud to develop future requirements for the Lustre file system. We have the wide area network contract that's being run by Steve Sims from Indiana University. We're now doing a press release for a tree support contract that will be issued to Wham Cloud for approximately $1.5 million a year to provide support for the canonical definition of Lustre and to provide tree support. We've raised about $4 million to date for the support and development of Lustre. We expect to raise an additional $1 million by the end of this calendar year. OpenSFS members have spent several $1 million in the continued support and development of the Lustre file system. So the bottom line here is there is no question about the fact that Lustre is alive and here to stay.
My name is Hugo Falter. I'm the director of the European Open File Systems Cooperative. It all happened after the Lustre User Group 2009 in Aptos. After this conference, we all knew that we have to join together to give Lustre a bright and strong future. We joined in Munich and founded EOFS, the European Open File Systems Cooperative. The goal was very simple, but it was very strong. The message to the community had to be, it is worth to contribute to Lustre as a developer. It is worth, as a customer, to go with Lustre with the next system, and for the vendors to work strong together with Lustre's developer for an open parallel file system. And the performance we wanted to reach should be the best available in the market. After this foundation, we came together with our friends from OpenSFS in the United States. There is a lot of work being done. A lot of members joined EOFS and OpenSFS, and everybody here at SC is convinced the best for an open file system is Lustre. We are very happy that together with our friends and together with my friend Morse, we can contribute as the European Open File Systems Cooperative with our partners for Lustre's future.
And I hope we've conveyed the strong working relationship that exists between our two organizations. And I hope we've conveyed that Lustre is definitely a viable, strong system now for high-performance computing systems, and it will continue to be in the future.